singing it or something. I remember the name from somewhere and I can't remember from where. I don't remember. So,
girl,
I just can't believe it. It's just one of those things that.
I mean, I'm just glad that, we met and we have so much stuff in common. Because it doesn't feel good going through things by yourself. I mean, I have girlfriends who I've talked to, but not as much as I would like. Because some stuff you just kind of keep to yourself. Like the real brutalness, I have just kept to myself. So just to know that we got something in common.
Correct.
Feels good. And there's other people out there who got, commonalities too.
Very much so. I mean, I found, like, I was even talking to my girlfriends today. So I have very, very close girlfriends, but they're very few. So I have 3 extremely, extremely close. Sometimes it could be 4 or 5, but 3, and they're like business partners. And then I have one that is just like, she will be all in everything. We don't care, butt naked and unashamed, and it's just like, this is what it is. I love you, I accept you, and it is what it is.
It feels good to be accepted.
It does.
You feel you don't want to be judged.
No judge, no shame.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, it's okay. I got you.
Yeah.
You gonna get through this. We gonna, work with you or speak life to whatever it is.
Exactly.
We're gonna speak what God has for you on it and just move through it.
Correct.
So within that is freeing.
Yes.
What I did find is that, so the girls that I am very close with, they couldn't relate. Like, they can encourage me, they can give me the word, but they have counseling experience, a number of different experiences, but not this. And so they can only give me a certain level. I mean, we have marriages in common, we have kids in common, we have a lot of commonality, but that area, all I can do is encourage you. So I don't know where you are.
Wow.
I don't know what you're going through. And I realize that.
So they put on that therapeutic hat and kind of talk to you on that level?
Well, they don't talk to me on a therapeutic level. Okay. It's more of a I inspire you. Are you okay today?
Yes.
Where you
and
where
you
you
need
at?
That too.
Exactly.
You need that too.
So, but I find myself now, like, I'm glad I ran into you because I was right at that cuff where, I feel like I'm wearing my friends out. Like, every time I'm like, I'm in a season where, okay, I don't need to call you with every little bit of details.
Right.
I don't need to talk to friends about every little details because I need to talk to God and get His word and what He's telling me and how He's directing me. But still, I need to speak because I've gotta talk to myself. I gotta get it out. Yeah. And so I realized, I was like, okay, that season of that is, I keep you where you are. Yes. Because that'll help me. But I'm like, okay, God, I need a next level. I need a next level of someone who's been through what I've been through.
Because now to me, it's time for the healing process, the clarity process, the what was it all for? And then what do I do with it? And I think that's where I'm at. Like, it's time now to peel back the veil. And then just healing, heal others, support others, empower others, encourage others. Let's be intentional and authentic.
Yeah. And I definitely agree. And where I am is that because I'm still in it, it's a matter of, how do I build this battle plan? How do I strengthen me while I'm in it to do intentionally plan, intentionally do warfare in the midst of it. Figure out boundaries, figure out presently where I am. And what it is that I want.
And I think too, you mentioned codependency, so also just kind of taking some of that back, taking some of your independence.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And figuring, but in taking my independence back is a matter of seeing and assessing what it is that I want.
Yeah.
What do I want?
Yeah.
How do I want to visually look at it? What's the words? What's the life? And actually seeing myself there.
Correct. Before it even happens.
Exactly.
So that you can embrace it, and then you can walk in your authority into it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
But that's good.
I'm excited.
And you lit up when you said that.
Yeah, because for so long I had been just stuck.
Yeah.
And then crawling out of the stuff because I didn't even dream. I stopped dreaming. I stopped moving. I let that go because I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll take everybody else's dream. I'll encourage
and put yours to the side.
And I remember my great grandmother, because I was raised by her the half portion of my life when I was 15. She used to watch me, and she said, "Baby girl, I need to ask you something. Why do you do that?" And I'm like, "Do what?" She's like, "You always push what you think, what you want to do down. And you push everybody in front of you. And you lift them up and allow them to visualize and encourage them and support them. But what about you? Why do you always push what you down?"
So even as a parent, I'm sure you're doing it even more because, and you mentioned that you do, so yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. So it's time to put you first and be okay with it. Mm-hmm. And this does not mean put your kids last, but in some areas of your life, you need to start putting yourself first.
Correct. And
then it's going to put them first anyway.
Exactly. But
they're going to
they want me to be first.
Yes.
But it's being accepting of that and being welcoming to that. Accepting me, taking ownership of being okay with just being.
Well, put yourself in the spotlight. Like God really has us in the spotlight, and you have to be okay with that spotlight shining on you. Yeah. Because when you get ready to walk in the authority that He has for you, there's a spotlight associated with that light. Correct. With this assignment that He's gonna give you clarity about.
And it's really big, and I've always had it because no matter what I do no matter where I'm placed, I've always been pushed out front, or I've been always just centered,
and
like you're the leader. Who at the time?
Yeah, the time.
It was who me? Who you talking to? Who you talking about? That's not me. It was from high school to, it doesn't matter what I've done. I went to do a bodybuilding class where I was going to do a natural bodybuilding thing, and I made it, and I was selected through the process I was going through. Why don't you do this? What do you think about doing it? I'm like, who, me? Right. I can do it. And I'm like, okay, sure. That means I'm going to walk and, so I had to really look at myself.
You said bodybuilder. That means you have to get your body right.
Correct.
And that right there is a mindset shift. I'm sure you had to make.
I
did before the kids or after
this
the kids?
Is after the kids. So, and I have a whole journey and journal for that process.
Okay.
And so when that happened, again, this is during one of my down cycles of my marriage, going through this phase. It was like, I got to do something for me. I got to do something for me.
How did he like that? That's major.
Well,
was he supportive?
So here's the balance of it. So at first I was going through a boot camp, a women's boot camp, and I would do it before the kids got up, some from 4 to 5. And I did it by the time my son was 9 months old. And I was like, okay, some things are not feeling right. I need to get back in shape, back into me. And I was like, this will be perfect. And I did it. And the lady that was doing it, she was like, just don't worry about the money. Just come do it. Do it for yourself. And I did it. And I still showed up. I was there early for everybody. I was helping. But when I did it, I had blinders on. And I knew I was intentionally doing it because it wasn't my kids, it wasn't my husband, it wasn't the women. I was in a zone where I ran and I just did it. And then the head of it was like,
had to condition yourself.
I did. I did. She was like, well, let's take it to the next level. What do you think about doing this? Because she did it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, why not? Yeah. You know, and I did it, and I was so focused in it. And this is where it always turned a different turn. I was at that crossroad. Yes. And it was like, my husband, I told him, I said, we're going to the next level. I'm thinking about doing this competition. I need a personal trainer. Yeah. And I met with a personal trainer, and I brought him into it so he can be introduced and everything. And two things happened. He didn't like the lady that was training me of the class. He didn't like her energy, because her energy was like, no. What you're doing with your wife is wrong. He felt that. And so he immediately turned up the heat on me. Mm-hmm. So she taught you to do this, or she encouraged you to do this. And I was like, no, she just asked me. It wasn't, actually, I said yes. It had nothing to do with her. Mm-hmm. And then I introduced him to the trainer, which was a guy. He was married. He was like, what about me? You know, I know you're doing things about her, but how can you show me a program? And he made it all about him. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I walked away. Later, the guy came back and said to me, he was like, if you take this pathway, it's going to change your life altogether. You got to make that decision. It's nothing else. So I'm letting you know that. What do you want to do? I sat and I thought about it. And I didn't go forth. And I didn't go forth because God, it wasn't my time. God said I had lost too much weight. So I didn't make it for the competition itself. So I had to rebuild muscle and rebuild my weight and everything. But in doing that, it was okay. And I was okay if I didn't make it, because it wasn't even about that. But it was about me making the discipline to say, I can do it. And I did it. Yeah. And it didn't matter if I went on stage or not.
So at least you know, too, that when you pick something back up again, you at least can do it. Mm-hmm. But it's a matter of seeing it all the way through. Yes. That's the part that you will need to make sure. Regardless of the naysayers on the outside, with your marriage, but also the voices in your own head.
Exactly. Because I've always, the pattern, the pathology for me, not even the pathology. No, it is a pathology. Oh, it is a pathology that I have gotten so far and I didn't complete it. Yeah. You know, and I realized it was like, why?
That's me. We don't complete.
Mm-hmm. Well, but now
I feel like I get to the edge, but I don't see things through. Yeah. Or I go down this other turn and I start getting excited about something else.
Yeah, because why? Because you fear. You fear. Yeah. And it's not the fear of failure, it's the fear of success.
So this go round, I want to connect with someone who has this same fear. And I have a few friends like this. And we have agreed that we're going to push through this together. So this is the one thing, and I'm glad you're sitting here with me today, because you're helping me push through the fear. Now, once you leave, I got to do this on my own still. But this is at least make me realize we're just having a conversation this way.
False evidence appearing real. Absolutely. It's not real. It's not real at all.
It's not.
So just, you got to go.
We got to go.
You know, and
we got to do it.
It's time. No, we not got to. We are doing it.
We are doing it.
You know, and it is happening. There's too many things.
And it feels good. It feels natural.
It feels.
I don't feel.
It's
forced.
Energy. No. It's not anxiety.
No.
It's not, I mean, and there's so many, everywhere you turn, it's like, this is here, this is there. Yeah. It's confirmation from the people you meet, from the things that's lined up. It's like,
and I believe too that as we go through this journey together, it will even strengthen us to help somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Who's at this same crossroad, who's at this same 2020 vision, you know, let's do it.
Yeah. But it's even bigger than that, because it's so interesting, because just like you're running into people that, I got a seed for you. I know where you are. You know, I can see where you are. And I can speak life. Here's something that's going to support you to pull you through.
Yes.
You know, we're at the right place at the right time.
Correct.
And I see that, and so many people are coming through on that. I have a friend, a good close through marriage. She's going through the same thing, and she's been in it with her husband for 9 years, and they're still married.
Yes.
And she's going through the last phase of how do we break it, and she's helping her. She has 2 other sisters, and one just got a divorce from going through the same thing.
Yes.
So we're both able to encourage each other. And then I have another piece of it. So, you know, my piece of it is I've been through it for 18, 19 years now. Well, the other piece of it, I have a godmother whose mother has been through it from 40, almost 50 years.
Yes.
And her husband turned around. He has dementia, early stage Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And he just put 7 stitches in her head and hit her head with his cane. And she had to go rescue her. And then she's going through her own battles with her husband.
Yes.
So it's like everywhere I turn, I see different phases of it.
And so what that lets me know is that the different levels of different phases of it, this conversation is needed.
It's deeper.
Whether anyone chooses to separate, the support and the sisterhood is what needs to be created.
Yes.
So that we can have a safe place to come and gather.
And you know what? Even bigger than a safe place to gather, because it's something about gathering. I don't want to just go to a place, and this has been my experience. I don't want to go to a place to gather, to party, to drink. I want to leave there not only encouraged, empowered, but I want to have tools that I can implement to move to the next step level, that I've changed and I'm different from when I first came in and
I
met.
more or less see like retreats. I more or less see like spa outings. I more or less see like journal parties.
Yes. Vision boards.
Yes, vision boards. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Makeovers.
Exactly. I mean, we have someone coming out massaging us, speaking life to us. Yes. Like a real sisterhood. No. I'm definitely. I mean, we can have some mimosas and some cheese, and we kind of go from house to house or spa to spa or different outings together. But no, I'm seeing us really connecting. I believe that the sisterhood is going to be so large. It's going to be online. It's going to be international. It's going to be all over the United States. We will gather because this is huge. It's even the children. We even let the children have.
Well, the children is very key. That's the foundation. That's the core. Because even as I look at my daughter, and then I remember me as a daughter, motherless daughter.
Yes.
You know, wanting or needing that support, someone to be me now.
Yes.
You know, to say, you know, come on, daughter.
And how do we heal? I've already gone through the process of healing my younger self. So then we'll even go through an exercise of healing our younger self. But since you mentioned daughter, let me tell you what God gave me this morning. He said, write a letter that says, dear daughter. And I said, are we going to let the women write this letter? He said, no, I'm going to write the letter. I want you to write down the words that I tell you. And he said, we're going to look for my sons too.
Yes. Because we have to.
Yes.
It's
so when
important.
she's reading it, it's from me to her when she's reading it.
Well, and I think it also needs to be another level as well. Whether you're a mother and you have daughters or sons, but also you being the daughter yourself.
Absolutely.
So you write it to yourself because it's ultimately from the head mother, father, that is writing it and imparting it.
Exactly.
So that's very
so that
powerful.
would be an exercise. This is an exercise. So I mean, he has just been downloading so much. I'm just ready to get started. There are grandmothers who's caring for the granddaughters, and they've been waiting for this to be launched. They're ready to put their daughters in something. So the community, the people is waiting on us.
Yes.
Waiting on me. Waiting on. So this is the day, January 24th.
Yes.
2020.
Yes.
The launching, the birthing, and it feels good.
It's still 2s. It's still 4s. Yeah. You know, it's double.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, I'm
okay. Well, you speaking because I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.
It's 2. Like, man, yeah, 2020, and it's 2. Man, God, you know. It's Adam and Eve. It's when 2 or more are together. You know, so he's in the mix, and so double fold. Like this is a very powerful date or day. You know, in the 2s and the 4s. So okay,
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. I don't even know how much to say other than it's just thank you, God. Yeah. You know.
So this is we'll go ahead and close it out. This is an episode 1 of Girl Power Talk Therapy. I'm excited about the introduction of it all. So this has been powerful. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like and share. And if you have a daughter or a son who needs to hear this, or one who needs to connect with this, please let them listen to our channel. This is Monique of Girl Power Talk Therapy. Thank you and have a good day.